Test, 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 test. Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Hope you guys are all doing well. Hope you're having a great week. Tonight we're going to be playing a little mouthwashing. I have heard great things about this game. I've heard that it's essentially a modern horror classic. As a fan of horror games, I am I'm in a weird situation when it comes to horror games because on the one hand, I love the idea of horror as a genre. I think it provides sort of a playground to explore some parts of life that are sort of difficult to conceive of and discuss, and gives us an opportunity to confront those things to kind of like practice with fear in a safe space. Also, I'm a big wuss, and so especially when it comes um, to like jump scare type horror, I am very very susceptible to jump scares, and over the years I have found myself finding that I am not as able as when I was a kid to detach myself from the suffering of the people in the in in the media. So in other words, I don't actually like seeing people have a horrible day, and I can get scared pretty easily by media. So I have nonetheless been enjoying my return to horror games in the past year or so, and movies as well. I played through the Silent Hill 2 remake. I really enjoyed it, although I am a little bit salty about the quote unquote erasure of the original title. Erasure, is that the right word for it? Basically, the fact that it's called Silent Hill 2 and you can't buy the actual like original Silent Hill 2 anymore. I think that bodes poorly for, the preservation of media and for the legacy of that game in general. But as a standalone product, if it were called anything else, I think it's great. In the same way that Shattered Memories was a reinterpretation of Silent Hill 1, that was great too. I wish they had called it something along those lines as opposed to just Silent Hill 2, but whatever. Anyway, very excited to check this out. I might be mistaken, but I believe this is by the same dev as How Fish is Made, which was very interesting. I really enjoyed the overall aesthetic of that game. Very unique experience. It comes highly recommended, and so I'm going in blind. Not much else to say other than if you're new to the stream, but first of all, welcome. Thank you so much for checking it out. My name is John. I am a game dev. I've been in the industry for around 10 years. I've worked on indie projects and larger AAA projects as well. I'm very passionate about game design and especially about game audio design. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this game has to offer, especially because it's come recommended by some of my like game audio friends specifically, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I'm just gonna jump right in. Of course, feel free to chat about whatever you like. I'm probably not going to be talking that much about Naruto stuff tonight, just because I'm going to be reacting to the game. My focus is going to be on that. But I will have a stream on Sunday night that will be a continuation of the data book discussion. I also think I'm going to spend a little bit more time talking about argumentation. I've had some fun debates recently, and I'm hoping to do more in the future. And so I want to make sure that I'm also like trying to, I'm keeping my own skills up, so to speak. But yeah, we'll get started in just a second. Hi there, Saria. It's good to see you go through the ritual. It always warms my heart to see you going through that. And by the way, again, like your progress and your performance in those acrobatics is like mind-boggling. I literally I saw some of the poses you did. I was like, I don't know how she's doing this. It doesn't make sense physically. But regardless of my reaction to it, like it is genuinely cool to see you doing that, especially after all the recovery. I think that might have been what was it from back in the winter. But anyway, it's really really cool to see. Glad that you're doing well. It seems like you're doing well anyway. Um, I don't know what the Russian says. The only Russian that I know, or the Cyrillics, the only Russian that I know is kak sebaka, which means like a dog, if I'm not mistaken, and I think krasnaya ploshet and krasivaya. My previous partner spoke some Russian, and kak sebaka was the the one thing I picked up because we were watching Night Watch or Day Watch or something, and like there's a female character who like kills or puts down another character, and then as they're like falling over, she's like, "Kaksabaka, like a dog," you know. So that's all I know. Feel free to translate. I don't know how she's doing this. The answer: she falls a lot, unfortunately. Oh, okay. Well, that's fair. I mean, obviously, like any skill of that level of proficiency, you must have practice, which means you must have had a lot of fails and fumbles, so to speak, to get to that point. I mean, like I'm back into practicing guitar when I can, and like for every hour of guitar I spend like nailing a tasty lick and really shredding, there's about 500 hours of me playing the same stupid shit over and over again. Just like dirt, 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 like very, very slowly and painfully. Um, oh, so let's see. On the portrayal of intelligence. Oh yeah, no worries. I see. I'm stressing out over the fact that I need to do some rewrites for first drafts. I mean that kind of is on the same topic, right? Like first drafts are by their nature, they're going to be sketchy, and you can use them as a platform to jump off of. So I get the frustration for sure, but don't be too hard on yourself. You know that's what the first drafts are there for. If you're stressing out, take some time if you can. Like take a little break. No need to rush things. Um, Saria says, also, you'll be the only person I see play this because I refuse to indulge in this game. Really, that's interesting. I don't know anything about it other than it's been recommended and like highly by people that I like, as well as that I think it's. Am I right about this? I should probably just like um, look it up. That it's made by the same folks as How Fish is Made, and I really enjoyed that. So Sorry says, I don't care for it. It's not for me. I wanted nothing to do with it. I'm literally only watching because we're friends. Otherwise, I still be as blind as I do. Well, thank you so much. Like, I always love having you around. I don't want you to feel pressured at all to consume something that you are otherwise kind of adverse to. So don't feel any pressure. But it is really nice of you to be along for the ride. Hey there, Kathy. How's it going? Thank you so much for checking out the stream. Hope you are doing well tonight. Kathy says Mouthwashing is a hell of a good horror game. Yeah, I'm super stoked to get into it. I've been meaning to check it out for a while, and I've heard a lot of good things. It seems to have kind of become a bit of like a cult classic, if that's the right term for it. And the last horror game that I played like this was, well, Fish is Made, but then also oh my god, why am I blanking on the name now? It's Lost in Vivo. It kind of gave me like vaguely Lost in Vivo esque vibes from what I saw. So that might not be an adequate comparison, but Lost in Vivo is something else that I want to play on stream because it's also something that I really loved. Shinigami says, I really wish I was talented in portraying geniuses, but most people like the main character just gifted at best. But hey, as the story goes, thankfully he gets smarter. Um, yeah, I mean, like, I guess there's kind of an irony of trying to portray genius without being a genius yourself. Like, I'm not saying you're not necessarily a genius. I honestly don't know. Um, but it's kind of like how do you pull that off if you're not, right? Like, you have to get inside the head of somebody smarter than yourself. It's kind of an interesting challenge. This is such a nice opening. What a poignant juxtaposition of like this character who's in agony versus the sort of beautiful sunset there. Already, this is very striking. Um, Rioman says 8 out of 10. First of all, hello, Rioman. It's good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I've heard really good things about it. I'm super excited. Hey there, Orion. A lot of new folks showing up tonight. Hope you guys are doing well. Orion, is it cool if I just call you Orion? I'm not sure how to pronounce the second part of your name. Is it Egeldinger? But Orion says washing mouths. Yes, several mouths are going to be cleansed this evening, apparently. I don't know why this says continue. I've never played this before, but I'm curious to see what happens if I hit that. Okay, that's totally fine. Sorry, as well. Years to Fathom. I've heard of that as well. Why does that sound familiar? Okay, so let me check the options if there's anything here. It's probably all fine. Oh, there is dialogue. Okay. Ed Bob shows subtitles. Probably gonna put subtitles on. Display. All looks good. Actually, I'll probably put VSync on because sometimes I have issues with that. Okay. I'm curious what this does. Oh, it closes the game. Perfect. um, oh, it's the Discord. I see. Wow, 39,000 people. Okay. Sorry. There we go. Sorry, I haven't taken a look at your drawing, Shinigami, but feel free to ping me after the stream if I haven't yet. I'm happy to take a look. I've just been, like, I came right out of work, went and picked up my dog, and then, and, like, fed the pets, and now I'm doing this, and then I'm going back to work as soon as I'm done, so it's been a little bit of a whirlwind, but, you know, I'm gonna work through the weekend, through part of the weekend anyway, and then hopefully going into next week I should be clear. Get this over with and get moving on to the next chapter, so to speak. What happens if I hit continue? Guess it just starts a new game? I wonder if tulpar is supposed to be a reference to, or coming from the same root word as tulpa. And duration 382 days. Very nice little chirps and squeaks in the background. I hope this hurts. What the fuck? Oh yeah, there's some really nice sound design there. Rioman says, in writing comparisons, community protagonist is often compared to James Sunderland. Oh, interesting. Okay. That's cool. That's actually quite a compliment, I think. An orbital body has been detected 21 astronomical units ahead of the vessel. Cool. I love this. It's actually kind of hard on the eyes, but I like that. I don't know what you would call it, the aliasing or the artifacting around the borders. You can kind of see the whole, like the frames or the borders um of the interfaces are all kind of like shifting and skewing and distorting. That's a really cool effect. Shinigami says, right now I am hating Aya no Koji more. Oh, we talked about Aya no Koji before, right? Yeah. Why are you hating them more? Um, from what I've seen, consensus is that the mouthwashing protagonist mid divs. Are we gonna start scaling like horror protagonists? Because I've got a couple of suggestions. Please make a manual correction 1.4 degrees leftwards to avoid impact with unknown mass. Okay. Oh, I'm already controlling. Nice. All right. So let's see. Okay, the cursor switches from that's nice. That's a very subtle but very intuitive kind of thing. The cursor switching from the reticle to an actual like cursor with a finger on it to indicate that you can make use of something. So let's try this. It's locked. This is probably makes sense. Curious. How do I go back? Oh, is it just right click? Okay, it's interesting. All right, steer right or leave. There doesn't seem to be anything else I can do here, so yeah, let's just go for it. Steer right. Extreme warning. Direct collision course with orbital body 1.9A UOA. Engaging autopilot to recorrect vessel. Advise crew to take up emergency positions. 4,000 credits stocked from crew pay package for failure of navigational staff. That's cool. I like it. It seems like they're kind of suggesting like a grim corporate oversight, kind of similar to some of the stuff in Saros, which I've really been enjoying as well. That's cool. It's on brand. I might reduce the sensitivity just a little bit because I have a tendency to be a little quick with flicking my view around, so I don't want that to be too egregious. 1 second. Sorry for the delay here. I guess let's try that and see how that works. Okay. Yeah, this seems fine. Okay, it does have a zoom function. Orion says, off topic, my favorite trope in science fiction is megastructures. Oh, cool. You know, I was recently just, I think I just saw a Star Trek clip about, like, they came across a Dyson sphere, which was really interesting. Have you heard of that game, Saros, or have you played it at all? Because a lot of the architecture in that game so far, it's a lot of, like, very kind of eldritch looking mechanical megastructures. You might enjoy it. Has a similar vibe to Scorn, if you've heard of that as well. Okay, so this is like a point and click adventure game. Interesting. Take emergency key. Yeah, I love how the length of nylon rope, how the sort of grim, the low poly aesthetic or whatnot, to me contributes to the environment feeling like dingy and grimy and a little bit hostile. Like you feel like you could like get tetanus just by like grabbing this this cabinet or whatnot, like the storage locker, a little too aggressively. It's really cool to see that effect. I felt the same about like Iron Lung, which is like that's to a whole other extreme, right? But yeah, same kind of idea. Let me catch up on chat real quick. Ask me some matchups. I will tell you who most people have winning. Well, basically, you know, I'd be curious to see where you would scale like somebody like Wesker, right, who has sort of superhuman abilities but isn't exactly a demigod. Would you scale Wesker into Chainsaw Man or something like that. The reason being is because he's just so glazed for oh yeah, it can be a little bit annoying when a certain character gets like overly represented, so to speak. But hey, you know, sometimes people will just have an emotional attachment to a given character, and they'll resonate with that character, and then want to see that character be like aggrandized. That's fair. Oh shit, it took me by surprise a little bit. Let me know if the audio levels are okay too. Crash imminent. I think I fucked things up. Ooh, I love how all the screens are filling with a warning there. That's really cool. Now it's time to head out. Let me check on chat real quick. Scorn freaks me out. Oh, that game is really creepy. It's got such a unique aesthetic for a game. Like, I haven't seen any other game really nail that aesthetic. Pola says, rise and shine. Hey, little buddy. I love it when games, like, actually develop their own, like, iconography and in-world branding. It's a great opportunity to do a little bit of, extra world building. But you see what I mean about, like, the low poly, rendering of things makes everything just look a little bit, like, grungier, grimier. Like, if you scrape your elbow on this walking by, like, you'll get tetanus or something. Really, really cool to see. It's an interesting way in which, like, something that could be perceived as a graphical limitation might actually be enhancing the experience. Which I feel the same way about, like, Drakengard as well. I don't think Drakengard would work as well as, like, a highly modernized graphical experience, right? I think the fact that it has those, like, more primitive graphics is one way to put it. But I mean, like, compare Demon Souls, the remake, to the original, and the original has, like, this weird kind of ethereal, almost uncanny valley feel that the modern version just doesn't, because of the graphical limitations. They're not necessarily, like, a flaw. Shinigami says, on top of that, they have to downplay every other character to make Ayano Koji so much stronger compared to... Oh, yeah, that can be pretty frustrating if it comes across as disingenuous. Light Yagami and Yuichi Katagiri are the main victims. Light over Yuichi, which is Johann Liebert. Johann is actually, like, I need to spend more time with that series to really appreciate his full genius, but I get the impression that he's up to some really sinister and intricate things. Oh, writing. I'm sorry, I misunderstood Ryoman. But yeah, we can talk about writing. I mean, like, I don't think Wesker's a super deep character in terms of writing, but I'd be curious to hear your take. Yeah, obviously using the aging devil falling. Yeah, so he doesn't Santa Claus even. Yeah, so he doesn't scale too high. Interesting. You don't seem to be a big Denji fan overall, from what I can tell, but that's okay. Polo says, "Don't be daft." And a hand. This character seems like a little bit crazed, which is nice. Beats Reza Katana Man Kishibe. I still don't remember what the hell happened to Kishibe. No spoilers though. Cool. I also like how quiet things have become. Like, the cockpit was so, like, loud and blaring and glaring, but now we're dealing with a bit more silence. I'm actually gonna boost my audio locally so I can hear things more. Oh, what the fuck is that sound? That's so cool. Something just run in front of me? Oh shit, okay. Sinister. I love it. It's got, like, a mechanical element, but also sounds biological as well. How at the same time. This whole sequence feels kind of nightmarish, honestly. The posters kind of taking up more and more real estate on the walls. Oh, there's gonna be something behind me, right? Shit. Like I said, I'm super jump scare prone, so I fucking... I apologize in advance if I wind up, like, shrieking. But it's probably gonna happen sooner or later. Oh, I see. Let's see, should I... I'm guessing I have to lock this, but I'm being dense and not exceeding at it. What the hell am I doing wrong, I wonder? Oh, do I have to... No, my inventory's empty. Okay. Yeah, he's right behind. Yeah, exactly. It's like Leon S. Kennedy, mouthwashing, huh? Sorry, but I only floss and brush my teeth. Have you guys seen those memes of Leon Kennedy? Hi, hello. Fuck me. Okay. You look friendly enough. That, like, weirdly panning baby screaming, I'm sure there's nothing wrong there. Yeah, this is normal. Everything's fine. Okay, then. Oh, there we go. Well, it feels like the intensity and the pitch of that audio in the background, that like grungy kind of like, I don't know how to describe it, that grunting noise is increasing. Very, very creepy. Um, Shikamaru 2 here on the list of characters who, in my opinion, went up. Except with Boruto. Okay, that seems fair. Kathy says, a little fun fact, in this part of the game, the quarters are randomly generated each time you start a game. Oh, that's awesome. I love that. I think that also is a great instance of, like, using a system to enhance the fear and disorientation. I love it when, like, gameplay systems design directly complements the narrative, right? Like, I mean, oh, hi, hello again. Wow, that they did something really cool with the sound. It sounded like that shit was right behind me. Um, Probably gonna focus on this for a second to not talk over the sound too much. Oh, what is that sound? That it's like using like an ASMR style approach. It feels like it's crawling around inside my head. Holy shit, it's so good. No wonder my like audio friends are like really into this game. Yeah, I love the progression as well. Like everything's getting more and more intense, more and more claustrophobic. Hello. I had a feeling that was gonna happen. Oh, that was so well done. Really, really, really well done. I'm genuinely like super tense. That was fucking awesome. Let me catch up on chat before I get back into it. Um, Ryoman says light over Johan, over Makima, over Akiyama, over Yuichi, Akanoji. In terms of like quality of writing, um, it's funny. I think that Light has a reputation as being not a particularly well written character in general. Though I'm not sure. Um, the Uncanny Soul is all a fiction. Someone does a pointless backflip. Not to mention he can parry, like he can parry basically anything, right? So yeah. Um, Naruto throws a Rasen Shuriken at him. He just parries that shit and shrugs and leaves. Anyway, the point earlier was that Jimmy Mouthwashing mid-diff changed such a little writing quality according to most people in the writing comparisons community. Interesting. I'm very intrigued to see where that goes. One word Kirby. Yeah, Kirby is actually kind of busted. I think Saria will probably have a lot to say about that. Not sure about Kenjaku. It's probably the hull straining against the pressure. Yeah, that's a good point. That makes sense. I really like how they incorporated both like mechanical and abstract and concrete elements, like all these different things blending in and out and fading and like crossing, ping ponging from the left and the right channels of the speakers. Really simple sound design, but implemented in such an effective way, and with that like slow, steady increase of intensity, it feels like creeping dread manifested into audio form. It's so fucking cool. Um, to include L. Okay, yeah, that's fair. I think that placement is fair. Shinigami says I'm actually going to make a video on how character flaws can impact intelligence. Yeah, go for it. It definitely seems to be something you know a lot about, so I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. So Jimmy says anyone else would do the same thing. Swansea, we ain't touching the damn cargo. The hold is locked down for a reason. The only thing worse than dying slowly is not getting paid. But it could be something useful, I think. Be what? Hope streams and marzipan? But I love the design of the faces as well. I don't know if you guys remember this, but back in the like actually I don't even remember it. There was like this old Bible based game where characters had faces like this, that they were kind of I don't know, like fixed, and their eyes would blink, and then like if a character would talk, it would just sort of like superimpose a black circle on their mouth or whatever. Um, I can't remember what it was, but it was one of those like Retsupre things that people covered back in the day. Let's see. It's about outsmarting. Oh, okay, gotcha. Interesting. My main character, for example, is obsessively curious, like so much so, bro, actually pulled an all-nighter. Interesting. before he found his footing in detective work. I like that context in the background. That makes sense. You have to survive. It's worth it. Daisuke, man, Pony Express bosses really aren't chill at all, huh? Come on, a quick look wouldn't hurt. How exactly is this group therapy committee planning on getting in there? Oh, right here, boss. You're looking at the meanest swing of the regional junior baseball team. Straight up nearly corked a kid once. I can take the utility axe and you were goddamn born fully corked. Enough, Swansea. There has to be an in case of emergency way inside. If I remember correctly from the safety protocols, the doors should have an alternate access code. It can only be uncovered using a code scanner device, and only the captain has access to the scanner. Of course, go ahead and ask him all about it then. Maybe he'll sing you the blues, too. We don't need him if we find the scanner, get the code, and open the hold. For better or worse, I'm captain now. I'll figure it out. Right on. Ooh, that audio like creeping across from left to the right was great. Cool. So already, um, oh, that's really interesting too. Yeah, these so I'm guessing like this foam on the walls is them attempting to patch up the hull. That's cool. So nice environmental storytelling there. The choice of lighting is really good as well. It's all very oppressive. Feel very harsh. It's interesting that they chose to use the sunset there. I wonder if that'll play a role later. Papola's delights for the long haul. Cool. Oh, because of the Pony Express, right? Obviously. Meat pie, bread, spaghetti. So this is like a food fabricator that they can use to make stuff for themselves on the journey. That's cool. No idea what this is. Oh, can I pull this down? No. Okay. Um, inclusive gameplay. Oh, hang on a second. Everyone already talks about it on Technically Sense, but I want to talk about it more in applicable parts. We have a problem if you make for me some gameplay footage for me to use and I shout out for you. Yeah, that's fine. I probably won't have time to like record footage for you, but if you want to use footage from this game for something, feel free. Like this is all like freely accessible. Oh, I should go near the Pola statue. Am I saying that right? Is it Oh, hi.
Polly says
Oh, Polly.
the
Okay.
Pony Express don't have space Friday. Too poor. It's one of our fastest and safest ships.
Yeah, this guy seems trustworthy. They actually sell plushies of this guy for kids. Yeah, it's a little suspect. Um, Saria says, I am Optimus Prime, and I send this message to any surviving Autobots taking refuge among the stars. We are here. We are waiting. Isn't that from one of the recent movies, like the Shia LaBeouf series? I actually enjoyed those movies probably more than I should have. They were pretty good. But maybe also not in the way that you would expect. Like the second one with the racist robot with the gold tooth, I was like, okay, I'm enjoying this for a different reason, which I'm not sure is what the filmmakers intended. But anyway, writing choice of my MC. I'll have to give it some thought. Feel free to hit me up on Discord, and I can share more thoughts about the characters afterwards. And so, oh yeah, I was right. Influence foam that was automatically discharged when the hull breached blocked off the compromised parts of the ship and kept us alive. Nice. Okay. A little bit of world building into what's like how the ship itself works. That I think reveals something about the technology as well. This machine was empty even before the crash. Onesie saw to that. We'd be dead without this thing. Never thought I'd be thankful for Pony Express grub. Nice. Their game here? That's cool. Yeah, it makes sense that the ship would have like some kind of forms of entertainment. Oh my god, what the fuck? Clown mania. Learn what it means to be clown meat. That's the scariest shit I've seen so far. Um but I like it when they include books on various subjects and things like that. That's cool. Huh. Oh, is this screen put up here to like kind of simulate outdoor conditions to help avoid people getting like going crazy or anything like that? Soup again for dinner. Want to rock, paper, scissors with chicken noodle? How much food do we have left? I'd say like 4 months-ish. Less than the remaining air supply, but we can make it last, in theory. We'll be starting to poke new holes in our belts pretty soon to pull that off. Man, my mom will straight up stuff me when I get back. I'll look like Swansea. We'll have a rad story to tell, though. They might even write articles about us. We could be on TV. It'll impress the ladies, too. Hell yeah. The real problem is us running out of toilet paper. Fatal stuff, man. We should leave that part out for the press. Yeah, probably. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I think we were talking last stream, right, about somebody was talking about how it could be fun to. Oh, I see they actually put the speakers up there. That's cool. How it could be fun to, as a thought experiment, like imagine how you might do in a zombie apocalypse. Like, how well do you actually think you do? How well will you survive and stuff like that? It's interesting to think about, like, what I'm sure we all have our ideas of how we would like to think of ourselves in a survival situation like this, like being deprived of many of the niceties and even essentials of life. But I imagine most people would behave rather unexpectedly and would really, really struggle to adapt. Swansea's bed. Unfortunately, we can still hear him snore. Yeah. I've had a couple of roommates that I've had that issue. I've probably been a terrible roommate, and I feel bad about that. When I was in college, my roommate at the time uh, told me that he kept a supply of tennis balls right near the bed. I'm gonna wait to go in until I'm done telling this story to not ruin it. But he kept a supply of tennis balls near my bed, and like while I was asleep, I would just start talking out loud um, in fucking in Italian, and the only way he'd get me to shut up is he would like throw tennis balls at my head, and then I would like complain, but then go back to sleep. So it's a whole thing apparently. I try to not do that, but I don't have much control over it. So far, my partner hasn't mentioned it though, so I guess like hopefully it was a phase that I kind of grew out of. Orion says, I live in the countryside and I have a garden, so I think it'd be good for a little while. Oh, nice. Yeah, that makes sense. So you don't mind kind of being a little bit removed from society and having your own like private, quiet space. That sounds nice. I'd like that eventually. I don't live in a big metropolis or anything, but I'd still like a quieter retreat at some point, like when I retire. Shinigami says, I would keep myself, my girlfriend, and anyone else I want with me safe in that. Yeah, that's a good thought. I'm not sure who Naomi is there, Ryoman, but I'm glad you have found something that you resonate with. Hey, Luana, it's good to see you. How you doing? Hope you've been well. Unfortunately, Anya and Swansea's playlist survived the crash. Like, we're getting a little bit of building about the characters and little subtle threads and all that. Here's all we have left. I think maybe I don't need them as much as that guy probably does. I'm guessing that's the captain. Hello? He doesn't want to keep still anymore. What about the painkillers? It just hurts him so much. I can't stand the noise. You did make it through nursing school, right? Pony Express sure does know how to cut corners, if nothing else. I was thinking we never went back into the cockpit after we dragged him out. It's almost entirely foamed up. Kind of a miracle Curly didn't end up fossilized. That's Curly over there? But it could still be unstable. I just think, well, it's the only safe place the code scanner could still be. Otherwise, we're shit out of luck. I'll take a look. I know you'll figure it out, Jimmy. You're so capable. Oh, also, well, I was hoping you could help me with Captain Curly. With Curly's medication. People have to be worth their time. Oh, interesting. Okay. Don't you think, Nurse Anya? Yeah, I forget I asked. Take care of it. Oh, interesting. Like, him calling out the nurse in her title specifically. For some reason, I figured that this would be the character we were playing as, but I guess it kind of doesn't make sense considering the state that he's in. Jesus, after searching up lots of cereal, yeah, you might actually. I paused before saying that because I don't know what YouTube censorship is like these days, which kind of sucks. You would hope that you'd be able to just kind of speak your mind and not worry, like that there would be a context, that it would be understood that you're not endorsing things just by mentioning them, right? But anyway. The one says, I finally managed to catch you at a time I'm not sleeping. This might be the first game stream of yours I'm catching. Well, that's awesome. I really appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, I've been trying to keep a consistent schedule when I can, but of course, like, with work and everything, it's been a little challenging. I know I've missed some streams, so yeah, I'm glad that our paths have crossed again. That's cool. Hope you're doing well. Nomi is the female character from Death Note. Oh, yeah, I remember that character, yeah. It's been a long time since I've seen that. Oh my god. Okay, like his eye is following the cursor around. That's super cool. Doesn't have much to say. I guess I'm not so surprised. Okay. These are all we have left. Okay, I'll give him some. That's so creepy. Oxycodone extended release capsules, the good stuff. I object. I object to it being described that way, but I can understand why. I've just been, yeah. Maybe we don't start a whole conversation about like opioid addiction in this stream, but yeah, it's a thing. Um, let me see. Supo. A blunderbuss would be a goodish weapon in a zombie apocalypse because you make gunpowder from scratch. Oh, that's a good point. You can basically fire anything that you can fit down the barrel. Oh, that's cool. So you could kind of make it like a junk cannon and just like shoot out whatever scraps of metal you can scrounge together. That makes sense. That's cool. I don't like this any more than you do. You know what they say. Pain is how we know we're still living. That's very optimistic. Good job. I can't bear to listen. 1 second. Got a shipment. Dead body. Got distracted by a work text. Excuse me. Sorry. Ugh, the audio is brutal. I love it. At least put it in some jello or something, dude. Honestly, like this might sound weird, but jello pudding uh actually I don't know how to say this. I guess like I'll try not to make a joke out of it. I broke my leg skydiving and I was in the hospital and then laid up for a few weeks after that after surgery and I have a really this is probably TMI, but like I have trouble taking pills for certain reasons, and so I essentially like all my like meds I would crush them up, and mix them up in pudding, and even that was pretty terrible because they tasted fucking awful. But yeah, if the guy can like not even open his mouth, at least put him like give him a soft cap or like mix it together with some soup or something. Like make it a little easier for the dude. Jesus, that would be miserable. This vent has been busted forever, at least according to Swansea. Probably beyond wrecked now. Interesting. Hands off. Um, Hinata versus Sakura. Oh yeah. Um, I think Hinata. I think they're evenly matched. They just have different skill sets. So I just got a text that I have a package that was delivered. I need to bring it inside before it gets wet in the rain. So give me 2 minutes. I will be right back. I will leave you with our delightful friend and some cheerful music, and and I will be back soon. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. I hope that means that you are eating noodles or rice or something there, Saria, and not that's what this guy reminds you of. Let's see. Sakura got mad at the fact people claim she's a genius. Maybe. Just make some deductions and some body predictions. Yeah, I don't know if she's necessarily very emotionally intelligent. I mean, like, the yeah, I'll stop from getting into a whole rant about her, but I don't I don't think she's makes very wise decisions a lot of the times. Let's just put it that way. Um, Orion says Kirby would wipe the floor with anyone. Kirby is like fucking insanely powerful, isn't he? Sorry, you know better than me, like how high Kirby scales, but doesn't he like? I mean, like in Kirby's Dream. Oh, what the hell is it called? What's the SNES game called? Like, I know there's a mini game in the SNES where he can like pretty casually just like crack Popstar in half, right? Oh, hello. The I'm guessing this was intentional. That like the foam all over the ship kind of makes it look like the ship itself has got cancer, and these are like the veins or whatever, like the arteries running through the ship, and these are just like cancerous organic growths. It's really cool. Are they moving a little bit? No, I think that was just the artifacting with my mouse and everything. Hello. Thank you for helping with Curly. Did you find the code scanner? I hope it's still there. The cockpit is covered in foam. I'll have to take a look. Yeah, SNES. Is it called Kirby Superstar? Um, that might actually be it. Entry strictly prohibited to unauthorized. Yeah, I got actually got in a lot of trouble when I was a kid because I stayed over at a friend's house playing that game till really late and forgot to tell my mom. She's like freaking out and calling me and trying to track me down. Um, yeah. Foam thing just reminded me of Praise Glue Cannon. Hey, how about now? How's it going? That's a very good point. That was probably my favorite part of that game, was just being able to like create your own pathways and like find your own ways to navigate the environment using that gun. A really really cool feature. I wish that more games did interesting things with guns beyond like pistol, shotgun, assault rifle. Right. As much as I'm enjoying Saros, I'm kind of feeling like okay. I don't know. Going back to something like Ratchet and Clank and thinking about how yeah, okay, Mr. Zircon's a little annoying, but when you think about all of the different things that the guns can do. Yes, maybe the disco ball or whatever that makes people dance, maybe that's a little cheap, maybe Mr. Zircon's a little annoying, maybe they're not all perfect. But at the same time, there's more variety. It's like, I feel like we fall back on the rapid fire, precision, sniper, and then like close range, high damage archetypes way too often. Um, oh yeah, that's right. Kirby's beaten several eldritch gods. Although what named by Lobo Jinwo too. Oh, isn't his whole thing is that he's like kind of busted across the board? Entry strictly prohibited to unauthorized personnel. Captain has been equipped with a standard issue code scanner to unlock the door in case of emergency. Okay. And this is the code, right? Um, there's no zero. What happens if I just do this? I'm sure nothing, right? Um, how would you guys feel about having the next 6 hours just be me going through all the possible codes? We'll get there eventually, right? Oh, wait, 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay, give up. I could totally see somebody doing that though. But honestly, even if I could brute force it, I wouldn't want to miss out on what the actual progression of the story is. So, oh hi. For some reason, that really scared me. I think I think because like he shares the same kind of overall color scheme or color palette or whatever, um, as the growths on the wall. I first my brain was like, okay, this is clearly just another growth, but then it moved a little, and I was like, ah, fuck. So it was cool. Hello. A little tough to chest here. There, it's a nice little detail. You're supposed to be figuring out our great cargo robbery. Why are you standing out here? None of your goddamn business. Everything is my business now because of Curly. I don't want to keep having this conversation. Right, Capitano. Working blue collar fools can't afford to stop working even when the machine does. Go figure. And before you start, I'm taking a break. Don't you worry, I ain't going over my break time allowance. Working on what? How does it look in there? solid wall of foam, trying to see if I can break it down enough to get something useful out. Any of my tools. But if I breach that foam and break the air seal, it's lights out for all of us. Yeah, it's a very valid concern. I ain't letting anyone else mess around in there. Even Daisuke, he's your intern. He's supposed to be helpful. You think I'm letting that knucklehead in here after the crash roughed it up? Our so-called nurse nearly skewered her leg when the vent hatch was open during maintenance, and that was before the crash. So it's interesting. It looks like these characters are kind of like woefully unequipped to deal with the situation that they're in, um, which I think enhances the feeling of vulnerability, right? Like that's something I think it's a little bit of a truism. Is that the right term for it? Where it's like it doesn't have to be the case, but something that is generally accepted is that horror games are scarier when you feel more vulnerable, and as a result, people tend to design horror characters as not being particularly like buff and strong. Like Leon S. Kennedy is like the exception, or like Chris Redfield. Um, but there's a reason I think in Resident Evil 7, in no, not 7, Requiem actually, why Grace's character, she feels like way more vulnerable. She has less like combat options, and those sections tend to feel more fearful, whereas Leon's are much more like energized, I guess, and action oriented. You can definitely have terror in games with strong characters, though. Like I don't know, fighting the what are those things called? The Garadors, the like blind enemies with those massive claws, and the regenerators, especially in Resident Evil 4, like still haunts my nightmares. So it's a matter of like balancing vulnerability with the power, like scaling it to the power of your enemies in the game, as opposed to just having your character be a schmo. But I think like the characters here being schmoes means that overall, like it kind of compounds that feeling of them being fucked. Yeah. Let's see. There's four combinations and nine characters. Yeah, I didn't want to subject that you guys to that, but if you would find it like, bumbling, tired old man tries to force his way through a keypad combination for 4 hours ASMR and then passes out drooling on his keyboard after losing all hope. I could do that. We could have that stream if you want. Luan says, is that based on Ana Terez showing in the final battle with him vaporizing part of a mountain? I'm not sure, honestly. Oh, you guys are talking about solo leveling. I warned her, but it's in one ear, not the other. Then there's that teeny bopper. Oh, God, that phrase is so fucking gross. I don't know why. Like a lot of people really hate the word moist for whatever reason. Sorry if I just triggered any of you. For me, like my words are teeny bopper and hubby. Ugh, they're just viscerally uncomfortable. Just like my useless kids back home. So no, ain't letting anyone mess around in here. All right, Swansea, keep me updated. Cool, cool. Look at that ample beer belly. One sec. Yeah, I would be curious, Lawan, if you do come up with a calc. I'm trying to branch out into more series. Like I've been rewatching FMA Brotherhood, but also El Eon has like we were having a chat on stream yesterday on his stream about One Piece, and as resistant as I have been to it, he might have low key convinced me to give it another shot. So I'm open to learning about more series as well. Oh, this isn't so bad. I thought the whole place was gonna be totally like encased. Yeah, that was easy. I don't know exactly how they pulled it off, but one of the challenges that we've had in on certain projects, there's a scanner, okay, that I've worked on is with footsteps. Footsteps are one of those things that like you don't really think about. I mean, most people probably don't think about too much in video games because it's just sort of like wallpaper, right? You're not really supposed to notice it too intensely. It's just supposed to be part of the background dressing and just kind of work and quietly do its job. And the thing is that footsteps can actually be used to convey a lot of information. I would say the most important sounds in combat in like Call of Duty for me as a player are enemy footsteps because I can glean so much about their position and even sometimes like how fast they're moving and stuff like that. One of the hardest things to do though is your speakers don't have the ability really to convey verticality. you have a speaker in your left ear, obviously, and one in your right ear, and there's no real way for your speakers to make things sound above or below you without using math, essentially, to try to simulate the effects of what it would be like to have like verticality. The most common technique that I'm aware of is to do it in real time is something called HRTF, which stands for Head Related Transfer Function. Basically, without getting too geeky about it, it's an attempt to model what acoustics sound like, how acoustics work when like sound waves hit your head. And oh, cool! They got a little Game Boy there. I love that. Oh, that's so cool. Um, really brings me back. But yeah, like so to basically to try to model the actual like acoustics reflections off of your inner ear and the little interoral time delay basically when a sound hits you there will be a very tiny delay between when it hits your left ear and right ear unless it's like directly 100% in the center. So it's an attempt to model stuff like that. But another technique, which is a little more brute force but can still work, is just recording a lot of different variations of footstep sounds at different levels. So literally, like you go to a car park or something like that, or like go in a house that has multiple floors, and for every set of footsteps, record one set on the actual floor that you're on, and then leave your gear there, your recording gear there, and then go make some footstep sounds one floor up and then two floors up. And I think that's what they did for Escape from Tarkov, where you have to like constantly be very aware of enemies above and below you. I think it's Escape from Tarkov. It might have been Rust or something like that. But basically, for every set of footstep sounds, they recorded it like 4 or 5 times in from different perspectives, like on different floors, so that you can really feel like you're hearing people above and below you and get a sense of like where they're at. And I feel like they must have done something similar here because I'm hearing that like the way that the footsteps are resonating throughout the space, they feel like they're kind of coming genuinely from underneath me and then surrounding me, as opposed to the usual sort of like flat, just playing on top of the player footstep sounds you hear in a lot of games. Let's see. His breath attack was country level. Oh damn. Okay. Thought the one was misspelled anteater. So yeah, we're gonna do some anteater scaling. Anteaters versus fucking pangolins. Who wins? Versus armadillos. Who wins? Sorry, BIQ discussion. Oh yeah. So I kind of regret with the battle IQ discussion that I wasn't able to reconcile with that guy. I think his name was Lapis Lasers or something. But overall, my goal in participating in that debate wasn't to win. It was just to have a friendly conversation and see if we could reconcile a disagreement. So I feel like it went pretty well. I just wish that I had been able to change his mind because, or like have my mind changed or something. It felt like kind of a stalemate. But it was a lot of fun. Eon, like shout out again to Eon for hosting that stuff. I want to do more of those for sure. Some characters are actually smarter. I might skip some of the intelligence stuff, but this scanning through this all makes sense. Yeah, let's talk about that. I'm reading through what you're writing. This all makes good sense. Let's talk about that on Sunday because we're gonna wind up talking more about like character intelligence and stats and stuff like that. Oh boy, let's start with you. What do you guys think we've been shipping? If it's spare parts, maybe me and Swansea can repair the ship and we can... Oh, sorry. Quit yapping. Okay. Alright. Sukuna no divs. Maybe. Are we doing the right thing? Let it be medicine, food, or water. Oh, right, in the cargo hold. Right, so I have to... I have the scanner. Used to reveal access codes. Oh, cool. Didn't realize that. So, let's see. Can I actually... I thought it might show me, like, what buttons had been pressed. I guess not. Open the cargo hold. Do that. Oh, here we go. Oh, nice. Okay. 4517. Oop. That's cool. I love when things are like hiding in plain sight like that. That's really cool. Very nice effect there too. 100,000 mud wasps versus 1,000 stag beetles. Oh my god. The game crash? Oh no. Oh, it 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 did crash, but not in the way that I was thinking. Very clever. Um, I would go with the wasps, honestly. Um, Superman being able to hear and comprehend multiple voices at the same time, cognitive feat. I would think so, but yeah. I'd be curious to see what Shinigami says. They aren't exactly the same thing. You have to scan, filter out the excess, and process the information. Yeah, that's cool. We were talking about like Pain being able to process the multiple sensory inputs from the different paths. Oh, so now we're in Curly's perspective. Interesting. Didn't sleep again, but I passed the psych eval. Well, you gave the same answers as last time. I do wish potato chip feet better. Yeah, I'll take a potato chip and eat it. You wish you'd open up a little more, Captain. As long as I'm fit to fly in your eyes, Anya. Oh, stop it. Guess that means I only have one more eval left to do. Jimmy? He asks if I do these things for fun. Then I have to make a report with things like, I have found myself sexually excited at the sight of cartoon horses. Oh, okay, so that's where we're going. Okay, that's fair. I mean, I could take it off your hands. Take it off your hands, huh? I've known him a long time. He won't try any bullshit with me. I suppose you are the captain. I am the captain. Thank you, what a relief. Oh, and before I forget, Swansea asked me to give you this. They can't expect me to perform miracles. To do... Can't read what's underneath. I see sleep something. Sleep compendium competition? Oh, here we go. Oh no, it's just that part. Not sure what it means, but sounds like fun. Good luck, Captain. Yeah, I imagine that when you're trapped aboard a ship, or is this not even on the ship yet? Because, like, a certain amount of isolation will cause you to be excited by, you know, whatever you can. I don't want to get into this. Never mind. Daisuke described his experience as entrance so far as awesome, super cool, and like totally awesome, like really awesome, bro. Should I be? Yeah, you should be very concerned about that. I love that little plant over there. Is that a poinsettia? Poinsettia? I might be mistaken. Oh, so this is the same place, I think, just before the crash. I think if it said so. Oh yeah, here we go. Best to stay away. Yeah, okay, so we are on the ship. For whatever reason, see, I think that's a testament to the game's design and lighting, is that I thought that we must be back on Earth or whatever, because everything just looked so clean and pristine and like terrestrial. I don't know how else to describe it, but it looked like we were in a totally different space. And you could say that that's just me like not paying attention. But I think they accomplished so much with relatively simple lighting changes, and I would like to give the game a compliment for that. Um, and I love these little. It's Yimpy, everybody. I didn't know Yimpy was gonna be in this game. Okay, so it looks like we're. Is this where does it? I'm missing the month. Is this supposed to be Christmas because of the Christmas tree, or am I just making shit up? I hate now that when I hear not to dig on Dochi too hard, but like when I hear the opening riff of somebody I used to know, now I like clench and brace myself because I don't know if it's gonna be Dochi's interpolation or not. If you know, you know. Um, Light had to visualize extremely complex positioning of cameras. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think that would count as like a the incoming signal, right? Being able to deduce, decode that and to process it would obviously count as like a sensory processing feat or whatever you want to call it. But then being able to actually utilize that information reasonably and productively would count as an intelligence feat. And being able to devise a strategy on the fly, I think that the difficulty of coming up with a viable strategy increases proportionally to the number of inputs you're considering because you're just processing more and more data, right? This thing's been out of coffee for over a month. It's for the best. Caffeine keeps me up anyways. Yeah, that's after I get through my work crunch, I really need to reevaluate my caffeine addiction commitment. A trucker's kind of meals, kind of fast, kind of cheap, kind of edible. It's like ohungi. It's real food technically. Oh, that's cool. Now we actually see that there is more of a game that's being played. get intense about game nights. Always insanely lucky too. Drives are crazy. I actually went to a board game night with some friends a few weeks ago, and it's sort of out of my. Oh my god, that's just as terrifying. It's even more terrifying in the light. Um, it's one of those things that I was pretty skeptical about at first because I usually prefer playing on my own, and I'm very twitchy, and so I didn't think I'd be able to sit still. But man, it was really fun. We played a game called Wingspan, and we were gonna play Ticket to Ride as well. I love Ticket to Ride actually, and then Wingspan was a lot of fun. I love birds, as I'm sure you guys know. So, hello, friend.
Ollie says, I love working on Tupor. It means I have a lot of friends. It also means I have responsibilities. Always remember to log your hours. Yay!
Delightful. At ease, pony boy. Sleep is the best rest after a long day of work. Earn that rest, don't overdo it or fall behind. Do not indulge in over 5 hours of rest. Oh, geez, okay. So I love that actually. Like, you get the sinister little fine print there. That's great. Lend a hand. Teamwork is the soul of success. When you have completed your tasks, always check on other tasks. This has been my life recently. Once before teams and dreamers. Yeah, okay. Um, Giddy up, Galaxy. Punctual delivery is our pride and promise, no matter where you are. Late delivery, oh my god, why can't I talk? Late delivery. Oh, what? Okay, let me try this again. I swear to God, I know how to speak English. Late deliveries will be docked from personal credits. Why is that so hard to say? Late deliveries will be late deliveries will be. Okay. Anyway, don't be daft. Sorry, I already broke that rule. Proper preparation prevents accidents. It is your responsibility to keep yourself and the crew safe. Medical expenses will be docked from personal credits. Yeah, I like that. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the like Spacer's Choice stuff in whatchamacallit, in Outer Worlds. Um, it's just that like kind of sinister corporate overtone, kind of being shrouded in like this fake cutesiness. It's almost more sinister that it has that veneer of cuteness on top of it. Okay, talking about Wonder Woman, Light is doing that feat. Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, about Light's feat there. Though I think that feat for Light is more of a planning feat. That makes sense. Like planning is a form of strategy. Yeah, they were related to his counter moves post L isolation strategy. Ah, makes sense. English motherfucker, do you speak it? Apparently not. I thought so. I thought I grew up speaking it, but I think I'm potentially slowly learning how to unspeak the English languages. We shall see. Um, Less caffeine, more actual sleep, I think will help with my speech quirks, but remains to be seen. Oh yeah, okay, so they do have a food dispenser. That's cool. Yeah, I like this tech. Uh, I also like the fact that they made a legally distinct, not Campbell's chicken noodle soup. That's something that like I'm sure you guys are already familiar with this, right? But like obviously, um, brands are very protective about their representation in games. I remember I worked on a game that had like cars in it that were specifically like licensed cars. I don't even remember what it was, but let's just say it was like a BMW, whatever like flagship BMW model was that the character drove. And we had people from quote unquote BMW come in and say, fucking like we had the character get in a car crash, and the car obviously got all fucked up because it was in the crash. And then the people from their marketing team came back and like, no, you can't do that. Why? Well, we don't want people thinking that our cars would get damaged in a crash because then they'll associate our cars with damage and they'll associate our cars with car crashes. It's like, but don't you like this is what happens to a car factually speaking, and the character looked cool beforehand. Like, yeah, no, we don't want that. We don't want our imagery of our fucking vehicles associated in any way, shape, or form with crashes. You can't do that. You can show off the car, but it can't crash, right? And like, then they were like, oh, you can't show it with any dirt on it. You can't show it with like the windows down. Like, they had all these weird rules because they were essentially just, you know, taking the placement as an advertisement. People get very precious and very litigious about representations. So is this the guy who was playing as before? Is this Jimmy? Yeah. Pony Express said they don't provide onboard entertainment. Feels like there's always something broken in that room. Tulpar is starting to show her age. Past inspection, right? Shouldn't be an issue. Plus, they added Daisuke last minute. Didn't account. Excuse me. Oh, that just makes everything worse. Didn't account that there'd be five of us now. I really should have made a bigger stink about that. Well, I'm all too familiar with that. Like, you don't bring up a problem because you don't want to be the shit disturber, but then, you know, things get worse and you regret not speaking up. I'm all too familiar with that. What was the code? 0417? Oh, I'm kind of surprised to hear that music. Is it diegetic? Oh, no, it's not. Huh. That's genuinely really surprising. Emergency cryogenic pods. They have about 20 years of backup power. Nice, okay. At least they thought of something as a contingency. Oh, for fuck's sake. Hey, buddy. Well, I can see the issue. The kid was brought on just to make me suffer. Intern my ass. I'm just trying to fix the vent. How did that trigger the emergency foam? Because you're talented in all the wrong ways. I would have dealt with this, but only you can unlock the axe case. Every goddamn thing has to go through you. I'll handle it. Hang in there, dice game. Okay. Oh, can I actually, like, look into this more? Oh, cool. There's a little, like, doodle of some flowers in the back. Access codes. Cool. So I can take this on. That's a nice little detail. They make the music get a little quieter when you go into the menu. I mean, it makes sense, but, like, it's nice. I really want to touch this now. Do I have to turn this off? I just can't do it. Yeah, English motherfucker, do you speak it? Ceci n'est pas une campbell noodle soup. Yeah, I'm sorry, that accent was terrible. I don't know why I reverted into that. But yeah, ceci n'est pas une... sorry, didn't you have your username as some variation of ceci n'est pas une something for a little while? I get that reference. I got both of those references. I'm on a streak tonight. You know what I just noticed? Oh no, I wasn't seeing the like leaderboard crown or whatever, but I'm seeing it now. Tell those guys to cope, because honestly, if they pulled that shit on me, I would just tell them to fuck off and then I'd get a different contract. I would like to have said that. It was very annoying, especially since we had to keep going back in and redoing the work. But I had no authority whatsoever. I was just there to help, so. It seems like Swansea is teaching Daisuke the basics. He's got a long way to go. I like the little, like, text effects there as a way of drawing emphasis to certain words. Manager cables. I'm so bad at cable management. This is cool. A lot of nice little environmental details. Okay, so hang on. Code scanner. 2609. It's an interesting way of, like, managing access to things. I'm sure nothing bad will happen. Some Patrick Jane shit. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. I'm in a position right now at work where, like, I'm getting so tired of, like, the gaslighting and everything. This is a terrible idea, but I want to see if the game lets me get away with it. But yeah, like, I will be like, hey, I saw let me just use one example, right? Like, 5 months ago or something, I saw a problem and I was like, I would like to fix this problem, and they said it's not a problem, and I said, here it is, look at it, I would like to fix it, and they said we don't have the resources to do that, and I said, I would like to do this, I will take the time, I'll stay here on the weekend and make sure it gets done because it's important, I'm happy to do it. And they're like, no, it's not a problem, we're telling you it's not a problem, and you're not allowed to, like, go rogue, so don't do it. Guess what bug just came back on my plate today? Hey, we really need this to be fixed, and honestly, we're surprised you didn't call this out earlier, and, like, it needs to be fixed right now. I'm like, you motherfuckers, like, I don't mind being told, like, hey, I would much rather be told, like, hey, shut the fuck up, I don't like you, you smell, go away from me, because, as opposed to, like, this other shit, because that way, at least it would feel honest, and I would know where we stand. I wouldn't have to deal with, the manipulative language and all that shit. I'm genuinely, like, surprised that I didn't wind up cutting that guy's leg off. Just quit. It was easy for you to say just quit, but, like, I would like to continue advancing my career. I would like to continue making money and being able to afford things. So at this point, I am just changing my expectations. Thankfully, one of the cool things about my job is that I kind of move around between projects, and so really my team, the core team that I work with, um, my goal is to support them and make their lives easier, as opposed to like service the client. Like my primary obligation is to my team, and if I think of things that way, then every day when I show up to work, I'm just like trying to make things easier for the people on my team that I care about and trying to build cool stuff with them. What the client does with our work, it's up to them. I have no control over that anyway, so just do my best and do what I feel is valuable, you know. And one day I would love to make a game like this. Honestly, like I sooner or later, if I get to like retirement and I haven't made my own thing, I'm gonna regret it. So sooner or later, I need to find my way to make my own shit. Maybe you're more self-respecting than I am because I'm more of a fuck it weeball type of person. So I probably suck it up and move on. That's fair. That's fair. I wish I had that. I have my limits, right? Like if things keep going a certain way, if culture keeps degrading at studios I'm working with, I'm not above saying fuck this. I'm out of. I'll do something else. Honestly, um, yeah. I don't. But I love video games as an art form. I love them. I like the creative challenge of them. So I don't want to stop working on them. But also, like our industry has a lot of problems, and so yeah, it might be the case someday. Who knows? Fully fucking collapsed. You're looking to get impaled, electrocuted, and cooked? Yeah, yeah. You can't fit in there to fix it, right? So I can totally handle it, Captain. Give me the axe. See, this could have damaged the pods. You can't let something like this happen again. Yeah, I got it loud and clear. Keep the axe until you've cleaned this all up. You're a hothead, Shinigami. Somehow that doesn't surprise me. So if I do it, it'll probably be stupid doing it. It's understandable though. Like I definitely had not a breaking point, but I had a point over the holidays where I was like, there was so much apathy and so much like manipulative language and shit at work that I was like, okay, anytime I come across somebody who's gonna be like apathetic, I'm gonna put in twice as much effort in order to balance that out. And I just burned myself up and wind up like causing coming across as too obnoxious, I think. So I've kind of found the balance where I genuinely try to do what I can, and then if that's not, if my effort is not appreciated, then I back off and I protect myself. Same thing with, like, say, giving feedback to certain Naruto content creators. I put myself forward and I say, hey, I am here, I am happy to help, please, let's collaborate, let's talk this out, and I am more than happy to take my time to do so. And then if I keep doing that and they keep, like, acting crappy and shitty, and just like rejecting that, then at a certain point I'm not going to keep chasing them down and volunteering my time, but just going to get rejected, right? So sorry. Sorry. You So Saria is constructing a visual narrative over here. She emerged from the box and then ran off with a dust cloud. So I hope that she's doing okay. Oh, I don't know, Shinigami. I meant it as a compliment. It just kind of fits your personality. You can be pretty direct in the way that you speak, which is cool. It's a good thing. Clean this mess up. You're the one with the axe, dude. You made the sandwich. My gramps was super huge. I like Daisuke. He lived to be like 60. Can't tell if that's a sneak diss or what. Loose electrical wires are a hazard in and of itself, especially with Daisuke around. Yeah, no kidding. Okay. I don't like the way he's just standing there menacingly. I take it Anya diagnosed you with being sane then. Just off center, but it's what keeps me on my toes. I said I'd do yours. I want to hear all about those cartoon horses. Is this something you were born with or a recent development? Alright, shut up. Let's go to the cockpit. Okay. I just have to take a quick drink of water. Is that dripping? No. He's standing there menacingly. This is the way to the cockpit, right? Already forgot the fucking code. Although I do kind of want to look and see if there's anything over here that I'm missing. Nah, it just loops back around. Okay, cool. 4517. Please. It's not letting me. What the hell? Did I misunderstand something? Okay. I think I confused myself. Oh, you can sprint. What the... here it is. Okay, yeah, I just confused myself. Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, I love this. Ah, did you hear the music? It started decreasing in pitch. Nice. Okay, this is... No, 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 I don't want to go down here. Oh, fuck, there's gonna be an SCP or something waiting at the bottom of the stairs, I bet. I wonder if the reason why, Jimmy was seeing that the horse in the corridor... Oh, no, that was the captain, wasn't it? I'm not sure, actually. Never mind, I'm gonna reserve my judgment there. Really quiet. I wonder if I take this out, will it give me a little bit of a light source? Not exactly. Oh, okay. No, no, not doing this. Fuck. Oh, that's so good. It's so black. It's so dark. Oh, God. Oh, I love this so much. So fucking creepy. Okay, hello. Oh, sweet. Oh, that's gorgeous. It's really beautiful. Wow. I've always felt that like the horror of like the abyss of the ocean and being afraid of like thalassophobia or whatnot, um, would be like shares parallels with being afraid of like deep space. And I find both the deep ocean and deep space to be beautiful and intriguing and deeply fucking terrifying. Also, that whatever the fuck that sound is beautiful and terrifying as well. Ooh, really cool stretching effect. I didn't see my reflection on the screen, but that would definitely be a very cool visual effect if that was done deliberately. This is actually terrifying. What the hell? Soundtrack is great. Again, it sounds like they're almost using like somewhat organic like vocal elements in the soundtrack. Yeah, it's super creepy, Ryan. It's interesting, it's starting to feel more and more claustrophobic as well with the addition of these things. Oh, we're fine, it's just the Elden based. Or maybe not. Ah, fuck. The sun is also something that's like terrifying, um, which is part of the reason why I'm really enjoying Saros, is that like the sun is necessary for us. It's a like a part of our everyday. It's a life giver. It is like such a huge part of our existence. It's also fucking terrifying if you think about what it actually is, right? Um, so I have a feeling that something terrible is about to happen here. It was so loud and then it got so quiet. It's a perfect way to set up like a jump scare or something. Just don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, okay. It was fine. Everything's normal. You can't just make something up for this. It's not like these evals ever go anywhere. Not as ironic as water. That's a good point too. Water is also essential for life, but also fucking terrifying. The ocean. I studied marine biology a little bit. I was going to go into that as a field, um, but man, it was like I definitely want to someday go snorkeling in deep water, mostly because it fucking terrifies me. Have you been able to complete your mandated tasks as co-pilot efficiently and to your fullest capacity? Let's see. I'll just put good for that one. That's all of them done and done. How are things otherwise, off the record? I like it. We're in control here. Didn't think you'd ever take to being a freighter pilot as well as you have, with how you struggled back on Earth. Sure, all I ever hear is how great of a leader you are. Honestly, it's kind of annoying. So what is it? How come it always seems like you're standing on the edge of a bridge with your feet in cement? Oh, damn. Lately, I've just been thinking, is this enough? Should I just stay here because I've been successful at it? A good long-haul freighter captain. That's bad. Oh, that ambient music is so good. I love shit like this. Just listen for a second. There's so many like tones kind of blending in and out and reverberating off of one another. I really admire sound designers who can and composers who can uh, kind of manage to do like to go back and forth between like horror and um, like warm, comforting tones, if that makes sense. Akira Yamaoka, the Silent Hill composer, is great at that. Like he can make some of the most horrific, nightmarish soundscapes, but then immediately switch back to something that's like lush and melodious and like almost comforting in a way. And those moments of comfort like make the terror punch harder when you have a reprieve, right? Your brain doesn't like fully adapt to it. It like backs off a little bit and then hits you twice as hard after the fact. Yeah, you you certainly can go through any number of horrible things with water. Let's try to avoid doing so as a group. Who's more media illiterate, Vinland Saga fans? So one of my good friends is a Vinland Saga fan, and he is probably like definitely one of the smartest people that I know, as well as one of the most deeply and widely read. And so in at the moment I don't have any close friends who know anything about Chainsaw Man. For the most part, I don't think. um I have a couple of people at work that I'm friends with that have we've shared stuff about Chainsaw Man, but I don't really talk to them all that much about the series. So in my personal, extremely limited data set, my experience is that the one Vinland Saga, actually two Vinland Saga people I know, because his wife as well is into the series and she's awesome too. Um, they are both super, super smart and like read all the time and read really interesting stuff and are always teaching me new stuff. So I would give it to them, but that's just based on my data set. I think I'm pretty well read, and I like Chainsaw Man, so I should count a little bit too. I think, am I figured out? Is this all I'll ever be? Or do I take the risk and try something new? Even if I'm bad at it. I guess I get it. Reach the highest rung up on this ladder, so now you're thinking you might be on the wrong ladder altogether. It's a long way down from the top, no matter how you look at it. While I'm still climbing and climbing, something like that. But hey, 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 you know I believe in you. Here, on Earth. Doesn't matter. Ah, you should write that on the psych eval. And how the music just cut out there to be replaced by this like inorganic sound, that was great. Guess that's my cue. I'll see you later. Cool. It's interesting that we've switched perspectives. I wonder if we're gonna get to play as the other characters as well. You don't respect anyone who's a fan of Vinland Saga? What the fuck? Why not? Why not? Um, Oh, Dorohedoro, yeah. I just saw that the new season came out, so I'm going back and rewatching the first one. I love that show. I think it's very quirky, um, and I love that. I love it for it. I'm not a big fan of the 3D animation, but overall, like, it's just such an interesting world with an interesting like setup and unique characters and stuff, and I love the chaos of it. Um, I think mushrooms and fungus are fucking terrifying, as well as just genuinely really cool. So what's his name? N having abilities that orbit around mushrooms, I think was a great choice. Um, yeah, I'm really enjoying it, um, and I'm looking forward to seeing where the next season comes and does its seasony thing. I fucking lost my train of thought. Sorry. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that too. Chainsaw Man is better written, but extremely pretentious work. Oh, both extremely pretentious works, but Chainsaw Man at least has some amount of complexity. Yeah, I haven't watched Vinland Saga myself, but it's come recommended highly by people that I think are smart. So I will definitely give it a shot at some point. Um, okay. sounds like he hates Lord of the Rings. Who, Ryomen? Hmm. Ryomen, do you hate Lord of the Rings? You don't respect anyone who's a fan of Vinland Saga. Oh, come on. There's got to be a couple good ones out there. I actually, what the fuck? Actually, I know for a fact that there are because I know two of them. That was fucking cool. Did that say take responsibility? Dragon breath. Oh, okay. So that's funny. I didn't know that was a thing. My previous partner, when she had morning breath, she would always call it dragon breath. I thought that was her own like cute little invention. Maybe it was, and these people also invented the same thing. Um, yeah, dragon breath X. I love the fact that the game is using like how what's the word for it, like gameplay functionality, and I don't know how to explain it, but like using crashes or simulated crashes and stuff like that as part of the gameplay is really really cool. I've only ever seen a couple of games do things like that. I can think of Undertale as a great example. Not to spoil anything, or I don't know if you guys have played Arkham Asylum, the Scarecrow thing with it like remixing the intro cinematic and shit like that. I love shit like that. I think it would red ring your Xbox too, right? Real man, why would you say that? You don't even know my friends. I think you'd probably get along with them.
A business operating at a steady profit can give its workers security and employee benefits. Operating at a profit, a business can provide the employee with comfortable, colorful working conditions.
I think they really nailed the look of this old like cartoon aesthetic. That's hard to do. And the music too. This took a lot of effort. Oh, look at the reflections on the ground too coming out of the screen. That's a really cool detail.
Accident and life insurance. Time off for vacation. The employee working for
Notice that all of the people on the beach are just scantily clad women.
Own his own home and have plenty of leisure to enjoy the peace and quiet of family life. When investors receive a business operating at a
Oh,
steady
it's looping.
profit can give its workers security.
Yeah, I love the reflections on the ground. They're doing a good job of like making the TV feel as though it's like the reality of the TV is like encroaching on our reality. That's a really cool effect. In addition to just being a cool visual thing, I think it's like making everything feel even a little bit more surreal.
Here, in fact, is the answer to a dream as old as man himself. A giant.
Okay, Ryoman, I think you're missing out, but that's you're right, I suppose.
Science found that giant in the atom, a particle so infinitely small that it takes over 100 billion atoms to make
You
up
hate
the
all your
heavenly
friends. That sounds sad. I'm sorry to hear that.
Just as other millions and quadrillions of atoms are the tiny building blocks.
Ryan says I've only watched One Piece and Dorohedoro. I'm starting Hell's Paradise. Oh, that's cool.
And shoot,
Oh, there's a lot of. I mean, I'm watching FMA Brotherhood on Netflix. I would highly recommend it.
although no one has ever here, in fact, is the answer to.
I knew it was coming. I knew something weird was coming sooner or later. I wonder if they filmed this specifically for the game. I'm guessing they must have, right? That's terrifying. I know something's like lurking in the shadows to jump out at me at some point. Oh, it's looping now, okay.
Hurry, step right up, folks. Here's the answer to your problems. Dr. Utopia's sensational new discovery, ism.
Ism.
Will cure any ailment of the body politic. It's terrific. It's tremendous. Once you swallow the
Monster Death Note FMA. Yeah, those are great. Yu Yu Hakusho. I haven't heard people talk about that in a while. That's cool. That's a classic.
Enormous profits, no strikes. Remember, you're the big boss. Government control, no worry about votes. Name your own salary. Bigger crops, lower cost. Why, ism even makes the weather perfect every day. Strike! Strike!
Interesting. I think from watching Poltergeist as a kid, I have like a low grade fear of TV static. I don't know why. Okay, great. This is normal. And the fact that it went totally silent, I'm sure that bodes well as well. This is actually like it's so simple and silly, but that also is making it feel more cursed. Here we go. Nice chill soundtrack. The fading of the music in like that, that's really cool. Going from diegetic to non-diegetic. Oh, that was so crisp. I wonder if they like pre-rendered that glitching stuttering effect or if they actually have something like in the code that takes an audio buffer and like loops it. It would be really cool if they programmed that themselves. I think it would be more cumbersome to program it than to just like bake it into the audio file. Um, but obviously, like that's a consideration that we run into a lot when doing sound design. Is like um, you want everything to feel like handcrafted and painted, so to speak, so that it really fits the visuals, or just the environment or the storytelling. But since the game is dynamic, obviously, it's not the same as like painting or like putting sound or music to a fixed timeline, like in a movie or TV show. So like there's the creative aspect of like designing the sounds, which usually happens outside of the game engine, and then there's the implementation, which happens inside the game engine. And sometimes, like ideally, those two things should work in tandem, but there are limitations. So, for example, like pitch shifting. The way that pitch shifting works is that you have a source audio file, and it's basically just like a stream of bits that plays in sequence, and the information corresponds to like loudness levels of a signal that then get transmitted out through your speakers. And so if you decrease or increase the playback rate of those bits, it effectively changes the pitch of the sound by modulating like changing the frequency of what you're hearing. That's one way to reduce the pitch or to change the pitch. But something that will happen is that the sound will be a little bit distorted. It'll be artifacted because you are now not playing it in an organic way. So how do you deal with that? Well, you can create multiple different loops at different pitches. You can record the sound at a very high sample rate so that if you pitch it down, it doesn't lose that fidelity. There's different techniques. But another thing that you can do is you can actually make the sound in real time. So like Unreal Engine has a cool feature where it's got like essentially a bunch of built-in synthesizers that you can sculpt and create and make your own instruments inside of the game. And then the parameters of those instruments can be driven by stuff that's happening in the game. So let's say I wanted to make a game that was like a rhythm fighting game, for example. I could make it so that whenever the character presses a button, like to attack, it plays a guitar riff. But I could also make it so that like if there's like a beat in the background, when I have the character start moving, I take the value of how fast the character is moving and then use that to set the frequency of a synthesizer. So like I actively start playing new notes based on how fast the character is moving. And once you realize you can do that, you can take any arbitrary number of input data from the game and use it to create whatever kind of sound that you want, essentially, or at least to drive whatever sound that you want. So much of what happens in a game can be reduced down to floats, which are just like numbers with decimals, and you can take those and plug those into any like anything in the synthesizer engine. It's super super powerful, super flexible. A little hard to learn at first, but once you get it, it's like it unlocks so many opportunities for game audio expressiveness. This is mouthwash. Um, really like Dorohedoro. Yeah, I like it a lot too. It's really really good. Yeah, we are we're all like big media consumers over here. Yeah. I think honestly, Shinigami, I've been staying up way too late. Um, and I need to sleep better, so I'm going to encourage you to do the same. Please do try to get some sleep. Unfucking believable. Oh, is that what they were transporting? I see. If this is on the ship, will they have 5 people hauling for over a year? All of this for mouthwash. Sugar content probably offsets any potential as a disinfectant. 14% ethanol. Ha. Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha. Some bows will smell good at least. That's right, kiddo. You can bet your ass on that. What are you doing? Oh, what's wrong with her hands? Ooh-wee. Oh, shut up. I'm just an old codger taking care of his dental hygiene. You know, it's funny, like a couple weeks ago, I just was listening to this song called What About Mouthwash by Trevor Moore, rest in peace, and like, yeah, it's, I'm getting oddly similar vibes from this guy Swansea over here. That's the sound of 15 years of sobriety popping like, oh my god, you threw it away that fast? Dude, a glorious, magnificent, red-hot cyst, disgusting. Good riddance and cheers. Deck Captain Curly. Guess anyone can get seriously blasted off of this stuff. Yeah, and kill you in the process. This is after the crash. Okay, that makes sense. I'll teach you how to drink like a man. The glitch. Saria says, "Hold up. What's up? Oh, you're you're not. You shall not pass. You shall not pass. Saria's position. Need to tell them. I wonder if because has it switched to blue, does that mean that I'm now playing from Anya's perspective? Can I not read this? Oh no, I'm back in the position of the captain, obviously, with the code scanner. About No says, I think it's all public domain footage. I've definitely seen that one animation before the game cut out. Oh, interesting, okay. Did I already say hello? How about no? If not, I'm sorry, I'm a little scatterbrained tonight. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, you've been posting all those the novel scans in Discord. I'm sorry I haven't gotten to them yet. I have been like checking them out as they've been coming in. Really cool stuff, and I'm really glad that you're sharing them. I hope that you have been enjoying your read through, and I'll try to respond in more detail soon. I'm just pretty fried, so sorry it's taking me a while to follow up on communications. Hi. Oh, this is sweet. Surprise! Look at your face. Gotcha. Cheers. What's the occasion? Oh, wait a second, sorry. Oh, they got a communal birthday party. Only one person can really be surprised birthday per trip. Oh, that's sweet. We did Swansea last haul. Oh, cool. They have a whole legacy there. Congratulations. Your duties have to extend to even your own birthday party. You're the only one with clearance to make the cake. Interesting. The recipe is there by the machine. Hop to it, Captain. That's cool. I'm gonna have to check in on my most important and beloved and treasured crewmates in order of importance.
Polly says, Mondays are the worst, but coworkers can make it better. Yay!
Did he just say you're not gonna make it out to pasture? That's the fucking horse talking to me. Okay. Hello. Sorry for jumping you. This whole thing is corny. No, it's cool. But you know, it's kind of a tradition now. I dare say I almost look forward to it. I agree. Okay. Well, because that's not sinister at all. Holy shit. It says, "Giddy up, Galaxy. Punctual delivers our pride and promise, no matter where you are. Late deliveries will be docked from again. Late delivery. I'm gonna stop trying. That's gonna be the fucking death of my stream. I think you need to use the code scanner. They're really getting a lot of mileage out of that thing, huh? You know how it is. Yeah, that's a good point. Pony Express being either cheap or lazy. Usually both. No. I wonder if like to what extent this game is going to like get into puzzle solving with the code scanner. So far, it's been fairly narrative heavy. Polly says, "Lend a hand." No, I don't want to talk to the fucking poster. I'm trying to talk to this dude. Oh, I see. I gotta frame up the thing like that and then go like this. Okay. Use the Pony Express provided cake recipe. Please make it correctly. You should find the ingredients and recipe in the kitchen. Once you really likes that cake, don't tell anyone. There. I'm a little disappointed that the balloons aren't physics enabled, but also that would kind of be a big ask for the scope of this project, so it's not like not a problem really. Balloons, balloons. Is there something up there? What's that thing? Oh, it's another poly. For some reason, that looks like a has-been hotel character. I don't know if that's gonna make any sense, but I was just recently watching a clip of like Clean It Up with Nifty, and something about this reminds me of her design a bit. I don't know if that'll sound crazy to anybody else, but yeah, hey, nice game. Could you sneak an extra packet of sweetener in there? Just kidding. Unless. Okay, let's see. So, table of contents. All these for long haul. Nutrition pouches. Oh shit, I'm gonna actually have to use my brain. Recipes, cake, drink. Okay, yes, I would like the cake recipe, please. Water, gelatin, sweeteners, restricted. Okay, let's see. Step 1, mix water and gelatin. So water is 3142. Okay. Here? No, this is the mixer. Okay, 3142. Okay. And what's the next thing? Gelatin is 4230. I was just saying, like, I wondered if there was going to be a puzzle. 4213. Okay. Gelatin powder. Okay. So, the recipe calls for... Well, why don't I just get all of this stuff out first? 1324. Yeah. Oh, no, I don't. I guess I don't. I could make something else. Will they get mad at me if I make something else? Let's see. So, this green thing. What is that? Is that the tonic? Okay. 1324. Okay. 1324. I want to see what happens, like if it'll even let me make the drink. And then of course we need the scanner. Also like that they're doing the Silent Hill 2 kind of like inventory setup. 2341. Okay, let's try that. Oh, I have to turn this off 1 second. Please. Thank you. Okay. So 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay. Wait, no. No, that is what I wanted. Okay. So let's try this. Mix water and tonic. Mix drink base and sweetener. Oh, wait, I don't have drink base, do I? Unless... Oh, this is the drink base. Okay, so water and tonic. And then mix that with sweetener. And I do water packet and tonic. And do I do this? This is oddly satisfying. Okay. Now I need to do... Oh, good night, Shinigami. Have a great night. So now I mix the drink base and the sweetener. Okay. Oh, it's a mocktail, of course. A mocktail with sweetener. I feel like all of my nice. I feel like all of my what I use for this, all of my training from playing like doing the cooking mini game in these recent Zelda games has finally paid off. 3142. Let's go back. All right, 3142. I actually kind of like that they're making me put in a little bit of work for this. See the water packet, please. Yes. Okay. Let's do this. Hang on. This is 2341. Oh no, it does let me do this. Okay. 2341. And then light destroyed L so badly. I felt like it was pretty close, don't you think? I had him on the run. 4213 for a lot of the show. Came really close. In fact, I think that L arguably figured out the Kira case and then just kind of like let himself go at the end, but I'm not sure. Okay, so gelatin and sweetener first, or is it gelatin and water first? It's water and gelatin, then cake base and sweetener. Okay, I guess I can turn this thing off. So let's do water and the controls are a little counterintuitive, but that's fine. Water and do nothing. Water and gelatin. Okay. Nice. Okay, and then let's do cake and the sweetener. Sweetener. I just want to make sure I got the recipe right. Yeah, cake base and sweetener. Okay. I aired my things again? What are you referring to? I don't know what you mean. I said aired your thighs. I was very confused. Yay, cake. That's cute, too. Oh, there was already a water packet there. I'll take it for later. Oh, I probably could have... Hang on a second. Ah, shit. I was gonna see if I could put some more sugar in it per Daisuke's request. I forgot. That fucking pyramid head cleaver on the table. Gonna make a speech. Can't argue with that. Speech, speech, speech. Go on. Hey, what's wrong? That's all it said on the report from management. Oh, right. We will receive the paycheck for this delivery. I don't know any more than that. I want you to think about that. Yeah, I don't know. That's why I was a little concerned. I was like, okay, this took a different direction. Yeah, I'll check your drawings and stuff. I don't know if I'll have any questions for you related to intelligence, but I'm happy to see the work that you've done for sure. He knew from the start that light is Kira, but he had to prove it. Him knowing that doesn't mean much. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. So he wasn't able to prove it in time to save himself, and he kind of resigned himself to his fate. Pudding Express is finally kicking the bucket. What a joke! I'm the punchline. I don't have any savings. Can't just do this, right? Pudding Express is one of the last man crew freighter companies. Oh, interesting. Are they being like replaced with AI or something? What did they tell you earlier this week? I was instructed to wait until we're closer to the haul destination. Yeah, past the point of no return, right? But I can't keep something like this from you all. The music is going crazy again. Without the guilt. If I had known. Go back to my, how'd you put it? Struggle of a life. Anya never got into medical school because she's, well, let's be real. And how many employment years Swansea got left in him. Daisuke will be fine. Mommy and Daddy have him covered, so there's that at least. But you, headed for bigger and better, right? I'm just working on my life being a place I don't have to fucking escape. That's what I was trying to tell you, nothing more. We're the ones you're trying to escape. Leave the dirt behind now that your boots are clean. It's not what I meant. It is what you meant. You just couldn't frame it to yourself in a way that kept you as the hero. Abandon the crew but remain the model captain. Unbelievable. But what am I supposed to do? Let's have some fucking cake. Let's have some fucking cake. Let's take a potato chip and eat it. Props to the Twilight crews of the Tulpar. Props to our captain and his new prospects. That's rather grim. Do I take the knife to cut? Yep, here we go. Can I drink? You do have a use for this. Just enjoy. Oh, interesting. Okay, so they are kind of making me... But it's not... Am I sawing it? Oh, shit, okay. This is kind of cool. I like this mechanic. And of course it glitches out. A very cool effect. Check on Curly. I wonder, I'm guessing like the crew quarters or whatever got like covered up in foam.
And
Yeah, it's so effective, just like seeing the same shit in a different light. It almost reminds me of the transitions between like the base world and the other world, so to speak. Oh, that's cool. Oh, you can actually see all the I don't know if I missed that before, but all the bottles of mouthwash there. That's cool. Gelatin pow pow. Yeah. It was close, but I wouldn't say I was very impressive in it. He was really flawed. Yeah, that's fair. And I think that flaws generally make characters like that more interesting, huh? If they were just perfect the whole time, then it wouldn't be as compelling. Hi, friend. Just a handful left. Once these are out, we'll have nothing to keep him quiet. He really does seem to resent him, doesn't he? I guess it's understandable. Hello. I don't know if he's been given his medicine yet. Find Anya. Can I just give it to him anyway? I don't know if he's been given his medicine yet. Okay. Alright, fair. Ooh, the way that the screaming or the moaning like propagates through the hall, so creepy. Oh yeah, listen to how it resonates down the hallway. It's like it's coming out of the vent, I think, like traveling through the vents. That's really cool. If so, great detail. I can definitely see how like that sound would drive you insane if you're just kind of stuck here indefinitely in this confined space. I think I should probably go check in here. Yeah, it sounds like the sound is like following me. Yeah, it is. It's coming through the vent, isn't it? Oh, that's so smart. That's really, really cool. And that would just make it feel so like oppressive, like there's no way you can get away from it. I wonder if like ethanol has to have some kind of caloric value, right? I'm sure it's not very much, but um, even though it's obviously not sustainable long term, but technically the mouthwash might actually help. Oh, yeah, it's got sugar in it too, right? So that might actually help them survive for longer. Is it just me, or has the foam like gotten a little bit grosser and more splattered around? Feels like the ship is like getting sicker. I guess that's going back up, so let's see. You know, one of the coolest is this filled with foam? One of the coolest sound design things that I think is probably like very controversial, probably like drove some people crazy. Um, that I recall. Oh, it's gonna be another looping hallway thing. Um, from like Silent Hill 4, is you enter into this apartment building where you hear a phone ringing from someone's room, and basically like the phone will start ringing, and it will ring for like, I don't know, maybe up to half an hour of gameplay. It'll just be constantly ringing, and you have to search the whole fucking apartment complex to find the source of it and turn it off. And it's just like it never really decreases in volume, and it's just always there. It's so maddening. And like I think some people would probably respond to that by saying this is frustrating, this sucks, this is stupid. I personally thought it was really a bold choice, because you're risking like actually driving your players crazy, like pushing them away. But also, if you pull it off, right, if it has the intended effect, or what I think was the intended effect, it gets under your skin, and it just becomes like this constant drone of anxiety, because it's like, we have this impulse, I think, that if a phone is ringing, that somebody's trying to contact us, that we have sort of an obligation or an impulse to then go find it and pick it up. And so this constant incessant noise of like, hey, I'm calling you, I'm calling you, I'm calling you, to me, I just found like it induced a lot of anxiety, but in a good way that was appropriate for like the horror of the game, if that makes sense. Oh, good, he's got the axe. Oh, I'm guessing they're considering killing the like Curly. Not able to sleep either. It's nighttime. Why are you talking this late? Anya, are you crying? No, don't worry, I'm okay. We all need to keep it together. Oh, I'm keeping it together. Don't you worry, Captain. He's making noises again. Oh, sorry. How about no says alcohol is 7 calories per gram. For comparison, carbs and protein are 4. Fat is 9. And ethanol is just like I'm revealing my ignorance here. It's a type of alcohol, right? Ethanol is like grain alcohol. Am I remembering that correctly? Ethanol. I'm gonna look this up real quick because I'm curious. Ethanol. They're colorless alcohol. Yep, they can be made from a variety of biomass materials called feedstocks. Okay. Did you give him his meds before bed, Anya? No, must have slipped my mind. I'm sorry. I'll do it. I really am perfectly okay. I said I'll do it. I wonder if they've even noticed we're missing back at headquarters. Looks like a rescue ship so long to get here. Might be another freighter they could divert to try and find us. It's not inconceivable. I suppose you're right. Getting a lot of use out of that right now. Force a habit. Don't overthink it. Yeah, I think I can see what's coming. Yeah, the processing on the footsteps was so good. I like turned around and looked above my head because I thought somebody was behind me and above me. And I'm on the top floor of my house, so that doesn't make any sense. But it's just got me so unnerved. The sound designers really did an exceptional job here. Like it's starting to actually like get into my head. I'm like, would somebody please shut that guy up? Like, can you imagine living in this situation with somebody like that? And it sucks because like they're the one who's suffering. They're the one who's in pain. But you know, I think if you have any sort of empathetic response whatsoever, it's gonna get in your head too. I love that it's like less resonant in here too because you're not like as encroached by the walls. Oh shit. The ration had to last a long time. We just need to have discipline. It doesn't seem like that discipline is really working out very well. This goes back down, right? Yeah, okay. God, it's so harrowing listening to that. Hi, buddy. I think I picked up the pills, right? Yeah. Is it just me, or is there more like blood on the yeah, on the bed? Hi, buddy. Open up. Come on, stop with the noise. Know what everyone is thinking, the way they look at me. What could I even say? And then, what would she do? Damn it. Here we are now, me in the driver's seat. Thanks for that. Open up. Hope these make you feel fucking better. I wonder if that's why people are drawing the parallels with James Sunderland. Not to spoil anything, but if you... Oh, fuck. Hi, buddy. I wish there was like a pat him on the head button or something, but of course that might actually be more agonizing for him. Just feel bad with that oppressive sun like beating down on him. Not that I want to overthink this, but how does he like go to the bathroom? Like, how do they handle his waste? Another glitch. This might actually be a good place to wrap up pretty soon. Oh, holy shit. Does seem like it's saying take responsibility. Yeah, let's get through this next segment, and then I think I have to go back to work, so I'm gonna probably call it. Oh, look at that. Look, it's fractured in the middle. It's so fucking cool. I'll come say hi in a second. I want to go check this out. Nice. Kind of surprised they don't have an audio cue here. It'd be kind of cool to hear some glitching, futzing sounds. Okay, let's go talk to our friend. Hello. We should have some. Why? It's mediocre at best, obviously. Is that supposed to be the sound of him talking? That, like, white noise static? Yeah, that's really cool. That's a nice little sound design touch as well. Hey, we all tried to escape. Didn't work for any of us. And I've thought many times, is this what peace feels like? And is it good enough? If I'm being real, it certainly isn't the best. All I can do is try and make my life one I'm not trying to run from all the time. Sometimes I'll be promoted, buy a house, fall in love, but other times I'll just have some awful fucking cake with my friend. Right now, that sounds pretty brilliant, yeah? So if you'll do the honors, right? Well, let me go find a knife. I love how that's in bright red. That's sure nothing wrong is gonna happen there. The fuck are you? Oh, it's the horse. Let's take a look. It's unlocked now. Oh, it's so creepy in the low light as well. Everything looks more distorted and grungier. I can barely see. This game does such a great job of playing with like loudness and silence as well. Depending on the context, it can be equally creepy for something to be like screaming and blaring and scraping as it can be for like just total pitch silence. There was a when I was kind of starting out, there was a term that got thrown around sometimes as like the term was digital black, and basically digital black is um just playing, like having the audio in a game go to nothing, like just total silence, meaning that there is no signal coming into the sound, like into the buffer at all. And it always sounded like oh my god, like the game is so bold, they use digital black in the scene. It's like, you know, it's an effective technique, it can be. Oh fuck, hi friend. And the mission objective says feast. Great. Now it's bringing back in some extremely creepy sounds. I can't see shit. Ah, but it's mixing in. It's a nice little ambient tone that we're getting there too. I got jump scared by the little red reticle there. I wasn't expecting that. Oh, fucking awesome. That is so creepy. I love it. And I'm guessing that like this is meant to be Jimmy's perspective of like what he thinks um it's like for Curly to see the world. Like this is what how Curly sees the world through a broken, fractured, distorted, painful, twitching perspective. You never believe in protein or carbs or calories. Food is just a myth, dude. Like you're we come from I can't do it. Um eat food occasionally. Please. Hi. I don't like where this is going, and I'm sorry. Yeah, I figured that was gonna happen. Okay, cool. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here for tonight because I am gonna have to go back to work for a little bit and then pass out. But this has been super fun. If you guys would like to finish this up, we can do another episode next week. I think it would be cool to see where this goes and share that with y'all. Just as a reminder, I am going to be oh, actually, I might not be here next Thursday and Sunday. I might be traveling, so I'll let you guys know in Discord and on the in the community post. This Sunday, definitely gonna do another Naruto stream. I think I'm gonna try to get through a bunch of the jutsu entries in the first data book, and then talk about like argumentation and stuff like that. And then when I come back, we'll regroup and see where you guys want to take it from there. I think I'm kind of rethinking my approach to the databook edited video. I was gonna make like a big 2 or 3 hour thing where I go through everything, but I'm basically doing that on stream already, and I don't think it's necessary. I think I'll probably do something more like a 10-minute video, like maybe an hour-long video. 10 minutes will be an overall overview of the topic. 10 minutes will be like analysis of argumentation and stuff like that, and then I'll have 10 minutes each going over statements from each of the data books, just like picking ones for and against the argument and just evaluating everything in context. And that way I can try to get that done by the end of June as opposed to the end of June 2027. But anyway, yeah, thank you so much for stopping by and sharing this experience. I really am enjoying the game quite a bit. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night and a great rest of your week, and I'll